Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope you are having a fantastic day. In this video, I want to take you through another in-depth candle review, and the scent we're discussing today is Country Candle Grape Soda. Grape Soda was a part of the Spring-Summer 2025 release from Kringle Country Candle. If you are not aware of this fact, Kringle did actually make the decision to discontinue the Country Candle line after this Spring-Summer 2025 run. So if you are not familiar with that fact, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but yes, the line will be going away. Now, I do believe that Kringle has kind of hinted at potentially bringing back maybe some limited edition Country Candle releases in the future. I certainly wouldn't put it past them. I do think that Kringle is abundantly aware of the fact that there are a lot of people out there who have enjoyed Country Candle over the years and really are disappointed in the line being discontinued. So I imagine that they will probably give us some limited edition collections in the future. Nothing is obviously for certain there, but honestly, I feel like that's something that's probably definitely going to be a thing. So there are definitely a lot of fragrances that have popped up specifically in the Country Candle line that I really adore and that I will miss. Kringle has stated that they are going to be moving some of the fragrances from Country Candle, I'm guessing the most popular ones, over to the Kringle line. So it doesn't mean that all of the fragrances from Country Candle are necessarily going away. I'm sure some will here and there, but I imagine that all of their best sellers will probably be moved over. So anyway, if you are not aware of that fact, again, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is the last official run for Country Candle. I anticipate that we will likely see probably a pretty decent clearance sale at some point in the future here, as they try to get rid of the Country Candle inventory. So I will definitely let you guys know when that happens. I know that there are a few things that I will definitely be planning on picking up during that time. So anyway, let's go ahead and dig into Country Candle Grape Soda. This was actually a fragrance that I was a little bit initially nervous about, because in the past I really have not enjoyed a lot of grape fragrances. I am not a huge fan of that artificial grape soda or grape Kool-Aid or grape Jolly Rancher type of fragrance. I feel like it usually smells really fake, and I don't know. Also, a lot of times it's just really, really sweet. There are definitely some wine fragrances that I have enjoyed from Kringle Candle, but this is a very distinct candied grape type of fragrance. And if you like scents like this, this is definitely going to be right up your alley. I gotta say, I don't dislike this as like I thought I was going to. It's still not something that I will be stocking up on personally, but I have not burned this thinking, ugh, you know, I can't stand this. Sorry about the dogs. I don't know what they're barking at right now. I definitely have not had any thoughts about this being gross or disgusting. It is very authentic when it comes to that like grape drink type of scent. So if that's something that you really like, you might actually really enjoy this one. And like I said, as someone who normally doesn't go for these types of grape fragrances, This one actually has been somewhat enjoyable. So let's go ahead and take a little journey through grape soda. I'm gonna go ahead and read through the scent description, read through the scent notes. I'll tell you what my nose smells. I'll try to give you kind of a sense of some other things that I think this smells like. We'll talk about the strength and the throw, and then the overall burn quality. All right, let's get started with the scent description. All right, it's pretty short. It says grape soda. That's it. I think they maybe forgot to put the scent story here, but yes, grape soda is our scent story. So the top notes are grape, orange, apple, and fruity. The mid notes are once again grape, red fruits, berry, and strawberry rose. And at the base, we have once again grape, orange flower, sweet, and lactonic. So what does my nose actually smell in this fragrance? I think that the closest thing that I can compare this to is a grape Jolly Rancher. I also think it definitely reminds me of grape Kool-Aid, but grape Kool-Aid after you add the sugar to it, not just like the grape powder in the packets. Do they even sell this anymore? I feel like I have not seen this in stores in many, many years. Is Kool-Aid still a thing? I should maybe look that up. I grew up with making Kool-Aid. My favorite flavor was actually cherry back in the day. Grape just never really caught my attention. And whenever I got, grape Jolly Ranchers, I would always pass on those. I know that both of my brothers enjoyed that kind of artificial grape flavor, but it just never really captured me. But that's really what this smells like to me, is either a very, very sweet grape Jolly Rancher or a highly sweetened like Kool-Aid type drink. So do I smell grape in this? Yes. Is it a like true real life grape scent? No, it's very much a candied grape. In terms of some of these other notes, the orange, the apple, the fruity, the red fruits, the berry, the strawberry rose, the orange flower, I don't smell any of those things. This is straight up highly sweetened grape. And not grape juice. It doesn't smell like Concord grape juice or anything like that. It really is that like candied artificial grape. Yeah, I mean, that's what this is. I wish that I could maybe smell some of these other notes. I feel like this fragrance might be even maybe a little bit more enjoyable to me if it did have some orange or some berry notes to it. But I really don't get any of that. So fragrance wise, you're definitely, if you like grape soda, that's what you're getting here. If you like grape Jolly Ranchers, if you like grape Kool-Aid, that is the grape that you are getting. It is definitely a lot more enjoyable than I thought it would be, but it's not one of those fragrances that I will be, circling back around on. I don't know that I'm necessarily going to finish this. I have had a couple of people say that they really enjoy this fragrance when they've been over to our house when I've been burning it. So I might be passing this one along so that somebody else can finish it up and maybe enjoy it even more than I did. But it is a lot more pleasant than I initially thought it would be. So I'm kind of eating my words on this one. But in general, is this kind of fake artificial grape scent something that I'm going to be clamoring after in the future? No, it's just not really my thing. But if you're looking for that straightforward candied grape, this is going to be your thing. Let's go ahead and discuss the strength and the throw. This is actually an area where this particular candle really shines. The strength of this is a solid 8. I would actually put the throw probably almost at an 8 as well. I gotta say, A lot of the kind of complaints that I have had about Country Candle over the years has been that I've never really found the strength and throw to be quite as strong as the regular Kringle candle jars. But I think that Country Candle is kind of going out with a bang here. I would say the vast majority of the Country Candles that I've reviewed for spring summer 2025 have had a really solid strength and throw, and pretty significantly stronger than I would say previous releases that I've experienced. So yeah, I mean, this is Country Candle really doing a good job in terms of strength and throw here. It has not wavered at all. From start to the halfway point here, it has been 100% consistent each burn. It is a very distinct, noticeable fragrance. So there's no subtlety with this one. If you are the type of person that just wants like a nice background ambiance, this is going to give you a lot more than that, and you might be overwhelmed by it. It is really, really strong, and I have had to be a little bit more mindful about what I'm burning alongside. The best fragrance that I've found that is a kind of good accompaniment for this one is Homeworks Farm Stand Strawberry. Two, you know, very different, distinct, fruity notes, but they actually play quite well together. So if you have both, I would definitely encourage you to pair those two together. But yeah, if you are looking for a really great solid strength and throw from Country Candle, I would say check out the grape soda. Lastly, let's go ahead and address the overall burn quality. Now, this is an area where I will say that I've been just a little disappointed in. It definitely pulls out. It gets a really solid wax pool going, but it also gets really hot. And along with that, I have noticed quite a bit more discoloration on my jar than I normally experience with Country Candle. So let me get you guys up close so you can see what I'm talking about here. Now, obviously this is not completely pulled out yet, but I'm not sure if you can make out the discoloration around the lip here. I really want to stick my finger in here, but it's very hot already. So I'm just gonna see if I can get a little from this side over here. Like, this is quite a bit of discoloration, and that is that's definitely disappointing to me. It just burns incredibly hot. Also, these wicks form really, really large mushroom tops. So I think there's a little bit of smoking or sooting that is a result of the wicks here, I think. Yeah, it is, it's a little bit more messy than I would really like for it to be. That's kind of another reason why I am kind of tempted to pass this one along at this point. When it comes to candles like this, if they are messy at all, I will either crock them or I will put them in the gift to a friend pile. I definitely have some friends who, you know, are not as concerned about the overall burn quality as I am. I definitely always warn people that take my candles that, you know, it could potentially produce some soot in your house, just so that they're fully aware. But honestly, I would say most of my friends don't care. They just don't care. And for years, it was not a concern of mine either, until we sold our last house and the realtor was like, what's going on in here? you're gonna have to repaint this whole thing. And I did. It was an awful process, and I don't ever want to do that again. We already repainted this entire house when we moved in, so I'm just very, very careful about the overall burn quality, and it's a little rough for my liking on this one. But in terms of the strength and throw, I don't have any complaints there. And actually, in terms of the fragrance, despite this not really being my thing, I don't think it's awful. It's just not something that's in my usual wheelhouse. So for what it's worth, those are my thoughts on grape soda. I would love to hear what you think about this particular fragrance in the comments down below. I will have this linked at the very top of the description box. I'll also pop a discount code there. If you're interested in ordering this, you can save 15% off at Kringle Candle. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe if you are new. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.